Hi, in this session we'll be discussing about quality planning. Quality plan is the team's plan to achieve the quality objectives of the project and comprise of the manpower requirement, the tools, the techniques, the templates, the reporting structure, the frequencies of reporting of quality related activities within a project. The inputs for these include the scope baseline, which is coming as an output of scope definition. Then we have the stakeholder register, which is coming as an output of initiation. Then cost performance baseline, which is coming as an output of budgeting. Then schedule baseline, which is an output of scope definition, output of planning, schedule development process to be precise. Then the risk register, this comprises of a list of risk and its rating, and enterprise environmental factors and organizational process assets. And the tools and techniques comprise of cost-benefit analysis, cost of quality, control chart, benchmarking, design of experiments, statistical sampling, flow charting, proprietary quality management tools of the organization, the methodologies and additional quality planning tools, if any. And the output is the quality management plan and the quality metrics and the quality checklist, which we agreed upon to be implemented in the project, and the process improvement plan. Sometimes if the customer is asking for something which is not achievable with the current practices of the organization, then within the project itself we need to have a process improvement plan. So this points to that. And project document updates. When we do quality planning, we may have to go back and update the scope document. We may have to go back and update if it has a major impact on time, cost, and scope, then even a revision of the project's charter may be required at this stage. The quality management plan, the key thing about this slide is it is the team's strategy to achieve the quality goals of the project. It is the team strategy. It is the project team strategy to achieve the quality goals of the project, and comprises of organizational structure, responsibilities, procedures, processes, resources to achieve the quality goals of the project. The definition of quality is conformance to requirements, and fitness for use. That means if a customer is asking for something which is not fit for use, then we are not supposed to give that to the customer. The cost of quality has primarily it has two components, that is the price of conformance and the price of non-conformance. All those activities we are doing to prevent problems from happening comes under price of conformance, and they constitute the right training, the right people, the right recruitment, the right procedures, reviews, audits, all those things, and the process definition, all those things comes under price of conformance. And the price of non-conformance are those things which invite rework, like the penalties paid, attrition, demurrages paid. All those things comes under price of customer dissatisfaction. All those things comes under price of non-conformance. So while planning for quality, we have to always ensure that the price of conformance is lower than the price of non-conformance. Otherwise, it will erode the business case of the quality actions if it is more than the price of non-conformance itself. Benchmarking is a tool used for quality planning, and it's an evaluation of a group's business or project practices in comparison to those of other groups. The purpose of benchmarking is to identify best practices in order to meet or exceed them. So we always benchmark between teams, between products, between competitors to rapidly improve our procedures and processes. Checklists. In the project, we have to decide what all checklists we are going to use. We used to use things like contract review checklist, requirement review checklist, design review checklist, code review checklist. So these things helps because of two reasons. Checklists are used by people who are new to the job. That is one reason, because that will bring in a consistency into the process. The second one, in industries like airline, rework is room for error is not there. So in that case also they use checklists. So I was told, like, before a flight takes off, a pilot conducts 230 checks. Because there is no room for error. Then comes cause and effect diagram. It is also known as Ishikawa diagram or fishbone diagram. Here is the Ishikawa diagram or fishbone diagram. So here, if you see, here we have these legs, like this material. Here you have method, mission, measurement, personal, and environment. These 6 legs remain the constant, and now we want to analyze something that has happened, and for that we do a kind of brainstorming with the team. We go in lines of, is there any problem with the material we are using, maybe poor specs or late storyboards? Is there any problem with the method we are following, incompatible file formats, poor training, no storybooks? Is there any problem with the mission? Okay. Is there any problem with the measurement, personal or environment? So we keep doing it. Now here, if you see, low morale is put as a cause, but then actually it is a symptom. So we may have to do one more drill down here, so to find out why this low morale is happening. So that is low morale. So root cause analysis, cause and effect diagram or Ishikawa diagram or fishbone diagram is primarily used to calculate to identify the probable causes that is leading to this particular effect. So in this particular example, it is rejected images. So this is a great tool for analyzing past outcomes. Then we have additional quality planning tools like the brainstorming and affinity diagrams and force field analysis, matrix, and flowcharts. Brainstorming is all about talking about a particular thing. Brainstorming comprises of people who need not be experts from the team. Collectively, the objective is to generate as many fresh ideas as possible pertaining to the topic around which the brainstorming happens. And the key things about brainstorming is, while brainstorming, no validation of the ideas is allowed, and everybody gets an equal opportunity to express their ideas, and it is all governed by a moderator. Then comes affinity diagrams. See, I've had cases where when we do the acceptance testing for a product, actually the defect trend is supposed to be here, and this is where we ship the product. Sometimes you get curves like it goes like this. So now let's say you have 200 defects. What you do? So immediately do a root cause analysis, maybe an Ishikawa diagram, to find out the probable causes leading to this, and then you draw a cause-wise, cause 1, cause 2, cause 3 wise affinity diagram. Because of cause 1 you get 80 defects, because of cause 2 maybe 20, because likewise. Okay, so this is an example of an affinity diagram. So by looking at this, if you draw a histogram based on the descending order of frequency of occurrence of the defects cause wise, then maybe you know where to attack. Maybe you attack 1 or 2 causes which contributes the maximum errors. So if we attack those causes, maybe we'll be able to eliminate the maximum number of defects. Then force field analysis. Whenever you try to implement something in a project, there may be a lot of positive things supporting it. At the same time, there will be a lot of negative things negating a project. So as a project manager, if you can take actions to enforce the positives more and negate the negatives more, at some point in time you will achieve your objective. So that is an application of force field analysis. Matrix diagram, we discussed this when we spoke about collect requirements, because we spoke about mapping between the requirements and the features. Requirements are given by the customer and the features are output of the design. So here is requirement 1, 2, 3 kind of thing. Then you map it to features. So feature 1, feature 2, feature 3 kind of thing. So if you can map it, then we will ensure that we can ensure that all the requirements are delivered as agreed upon with the client. So this is an example of a matrix diagram. So this traceability matrix can be extended further. It need not stop with requirements or design. You can extend it from design to coding, and coding to testing, testing to maybe bug fixes. It can be extended further if required. With this, we have completed the quality planning module, and the next is plan human resource.